Today, Precarious plays Stardew Valley. Ship a chub. Do whatever you... Yeah. You can shove it in your shipping bin.
Oh gosh.
Chub is a euphemism for penis, right?
It's a euphemism for erection.
Okay.
But yeah.
Right, half chub, quarter chub, I got it.
And I don't know who's shipping chubs, but I don't know who they're shipping them with. Boy, that word ship is just a new meaning with the internet. Thank you, internet, for broadening the words, the usefulness of the words of the English language once again.
Oh, we're gonna hit this super hard. I'm gonna hit it like a chub.
Stop.
Like a full chub.
Stop with the chubs. Oh, boy.
Majora's Mask, I feel, in the Legend of Zelda series, does one of the best jobs with its economy. And it's because it has the largest, if I'm remembering correctly, it has the largest variety of incentives for the player to do stuff without falling into the... This is a completely different can of worms.
Okay, so I'll just put the other can of worms, like, right over here then.
This is probably just going to just impact on the surface. It's maybe just bounce off completely and just, like, get cast off into space. But this is mostly for people that are already familiar with what I'm about to say. Banjo-Kazooie 2 had some inventory problems. Mainly, I feel, because of presentation. I don't think it had just too many items. I think that they were just presented a little poorly.
Hang on.
What?
What about this? Do I take them to the blacksmith?
No, minerals go to Gunther. If it just says mineral, the exception is quartz. I think quartz and then like the earth crystals. Actually, I'm sorry. I guess there are a few. There are a few that you keep, like a lot of the gemstones. Actually, I'm pretty sure that the first of each gemstone can also go to the museum.
Because I know that one of each of these is in the museum, but I forgot about that. Because it's been so long since I've been to the museum. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm bad culturally. Needs more culture. I'm going to the museum now.
So, Banjo-Kazooie 2, I don't think it suffered from too many items. I think it suffered from too many items that weren't presented in a clear way. So I think like all of the different ammo eggs, which again this probably just sounds like nonsense to you, right? Yeah, okay. Odette is slowly shaking her head. It's the ammo eggs, yeah, good. Sounds great. So, Majora's Mask had a lot of different incentives, but they were very smartly presented and segmented. I think one of the best examples of that is how there were the Great Fairy bits, like the mini fairies, but they were bound to each temple. You would collect them all and then they would turn into one item. And that's very smart, because one of the problems with, I'd say, like Ocarina of Time, for example, its economy falls down hard quickly, because one of the main ways they try to incentivize exploration is rupees, but your initial wallet is really small, and once it's full, very rarely does it ever actually empty again. And it's weird because I'm pretty sure that one of the biggest rewards you get in the game. I think that the Gold Skulltula quest ends with, I believe that like the master of that house, he just gives you infinite access to orange rupees, which I think are worth 200 rupees at a time, and you just have infinity of those, which is such a weird reward because there aren't that many. Like the most expensive stuff in the game, you can sell minerals to him, and then you can keep cracking open geodes.
Oh, sweet. Do I need any of these minerals for anything?
Some of them, none of, maybe the topaz, but I don't think any of the others.
Okay, I think this needs to go in the museum still, though.
Yeah.
So does this.
Yeah.
So how do I...
Just click, yeah.
Cool.
So there aren't that many things to buy, and the things that you do buy are normally like recovery.
Mm-hmm.
If a like steals one of your tunics, I believe it's like 200 rupees to replace it.
Oh.
If it actually manages to digest it, though, because it's very likely that you'll just be like, oh god, and then you'll attack it and you'll get your stuff back. But Majora's Mask was much better compared to Ocarina of Time in how it handled its inventory, because you have masks. Because there's always... See, sorry, to go back to Ocarina of Time again, really the two, like, smallest things... It's the smallest significant way to incentivize the player was probably either a heart piece or a bottle. And the bottle thing, you run out of bottles, like the designers ran out of bottles pretty quickly because there are only 4 in the entire game.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I think that people overlook whenever they talk about Majora's Mask pretty often, is if you look at it, you can really see that they were trying to create better incentives for the player. Because the masks, there's an entire collection of masks, and there's always that thought, like, maybe if I help this person, I can get a mask. And that helps pad out your wanting to explore a little more. Because now, maybe something will give you a bottle, maybe something will give you a heart piece, or maybe something will give you a mask. Also, there is... It's really only a big deal if you're sort of inattentive. Or if you're just... What?
You got an iron ore.
So, it's really only an issue if you're inattentive. But there is an important element that they added to Majora's Mask that helps make money, makes rupees more valuable. Because that's another thing it did. It didn't just provide more incentives, it made rupees much stronger. Because whenever you go back through time, all of your money that isn't in the magical time warping bank, because the power of bank surpasses that of even the goddesses. Weird thing that Zelda was saying there. Well, not even time travel can beat the bank.
That is an interesting thing to say, yes.
It's funny because time travel can beat the lottery, but it can't beat the bank. Anyway. So, all of your rupees that are on your person Wow.
Oh, I can't. I don't have enough room. That's all really good shit.
Well, it's interesting.
Yes, yes, good, interesting. Same word. Okay.
Well, go put all of the extras. Put the stuff. Like, does he have one of those? One of the blue sharp rocks?
Yeah.
Okay. Go put the rest of the stuff in the boxes and in the shipping bin, and then come back. Oh, and take the ones that you can, I guess.
But I still have 6 geodes.
Well, you can just bring those back too. You can put like your bucket and your fishing rod, or well, your bucket and your shears.
Yeah.
Here, you know what?
I've got some shuffling to do.
Let's take care of this, and then I'll come back. Is there anything else that I wanted to say about Majora's Mask specifically? The economy of it. It's just that your rupees reset if they're not in the bank, and your consumable items always reset. And it would sometimes result in a situation where you immediately withdraw a bunch of rupees and then buy a bunch of stuff to replace the stuff that you just lost by going through time, which was useful. I think that one of Zelda's bigger failings, just series-wide, I can't think of like a great way to make the game as accessible as they can be and fix this. But Zelda has always had an issue where there isn't really anything that you can't find in the wild. Which is weird, because you'd think that well-crafted arrows and explosives would be... You'd think that you'd have to try a little harder than whacking bushes outside Kakariko Village.
Just beat around the bush and,
and
highly
boom.
engineered pieces of awesomeness you can just clink out. Clink, clink, clink.
Well-fletched.
Well-fletched.